Good evening and welcome. Welcome to Fight CPS and Stop Taking Our Children. I'm your host, Bob Pace, and it's a warm welcome. I know that a lot of you are going through family issues, and it's so important to think about our family. I'm here to help you with your case. I've been doing this now for 21 months, day after day, twice a day, 14 live streams a week after week, month after month, and year after year. I've talked to over 2,100 people, not only from the United States, all 50 states, but I've also talked to 22 countries, including the U.S. has 23 countries. I've talked to Bangladesh and India, and then up to the Middle East, to Saudi Arabia and Libya, and then over to Africa. I've talked to Liberia, Sudan, Republic of Congo, Rwanda, Mozambique, and then the provinces in South Africa. Then up to Europe, the United Kingdom, England, Scotland, Wales, and Denmark and Sweden. Across the pond to North America, talked to Canada and its provinces. Of course, the United States, all 50 states, including Washington, D.C. South of border Mexico, and then further south in South America, north of Brazil, on the East Coast, Grenada. Then across the South Pacific to New Zealand, and then the land down under Australia and its states. So it's a well diverse of people, but one thing they all have in common. They are struggling to keep their families together or get their children back that weren't in danger. And it's lack of education. It's also lack of finances. It's very difficult for us to think about getting insurance in legal matters, but that's what you need to do. I wish I had done that. I thought I was a smart cookie and I always got insurance for the home and appliances and car insurance. I never got pet insurance. You should have got pet insurance. And so, anyway, legal insurance is one way of really helping you with your situation. A lot of you say, what can I do? Well, you need an attorney. And a typical attorney, like a good one, that has a background in juvenile law, family law, and dependency law, just locally in his office where he goes in Orange County, he has a retainer of $5,000, and his rate is $500 an hour. It's not the most expensive rate. You can get attorneys up to $1,000 an hour or down to $200 an hour, depending on the location and so forth. Retainers can be all over the place. I know that he'll go to Georgia to help out a couple for $125,000, up to Wisconsin, Milwaukee, another $125,000. So it ranges from $5,000 to $125,000. The reason why it's so expensive when he goes out of state, he has to pay for his air transportation, his ground transportation, accommodations, food, and of course the license to practice law in that state. And so with those states, that's what you have to do. Now I'm here to help you. I'm not here to talk about my story. Yes, I was unfortunately caught up in CPS. And my family is brutally hurt in a lot of ways, psychologically and mental ways and stuff. My kids were trafficked into foster care. They were abused. And foster care has not been a nice place. Foster care people, some are good, some are bad. Anyway, I like to talk about topics you want to talk about, questions that you have for me. Now, I'm on every night of the week at 7 p.m. That is my evening showtime. And then on the mornings, I'm on the weekends at 8 a.m. And on the weekdays, Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. They're 1 hour live streams, and it's the West Coast time, West Coast of California. That means the Pacific Standard Time. If you're on the East Coast, it's 3 hours from me. If you're in England, it's 8 hours. In European countries, including South Africa, it's 9 hours. If you're in Australia or Philippines, it is the next day, 5 hours behind my time. Is one way to look at it. I know it sounds kind of squirrely, but they're a day ahead. And so I just do it that way so I can think of everybody's time. But I'm glad you found this room. Now, there's several ways you can interact in this room. One is you can text messages, and that's one way of interacting. Now, please make it a question or a comment about CPS. Please state your first name, your city or county, your state, and if you're outside the United States, your country. Also, please tell me about your CPS case from the beginning to where you're at. You only have to do that once, by the way. So that's the text a message. But if you want to be on my show as a guest, I'd love to have you. I can have 9 of you as my guest. With me makes 10. We can have 10 people talk at once and be on the show together. And that would be great because you can talk about your case. To be a guest on my live stream, please email our show producer, Grace, at vincentwdavis.com with the day and time you want to be on our show. Like all you say is, I want to be a Bob's Friday night show, or Bob's Sunday morning show, or Bob's Wednesday night show, or Bob's Monday morning show. That's all you say. It's morning or evening on my times, and it's Monday through Sunday. You just pick the days of the week and the times. Now, she'll send you a link to get you on StreamYard. That's the software application I use, which broadcasts on YouTube. And it's interactive broadcast because right now I can display comments up on the screen so y'all can see it. Now, one thing she'll do is that she'll send you that link and you just copy into your browser and paste it. If you get knocked off, put it there again. It's still good for the link to that show. And that's all there is to be a guest. We have certain rules, like we don't eat on the show, we don't smoke on the show, and we don't use profanity. Also, we don't use the names of children, judges, or social workers. Now, another way to interact in this live stream is to call in at 626-698-0990. That's my phone number. You'll be live. You can talk to me on the show. And I'd love to hear from you. I love to hear from you. Hmm. 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 Welcome, Erin. Erin is from Tennessee. She was on the show several days ago, and I'm glad you got to catch me. Erin is the name of my firstborn. That's why, and she's actually a month apart. My Erin was born on May 2nd, and this Erin is born on June 2nd, the same year, in the same year. And it's really, I like the name Erin. But Erin, what would you like to uh, ask me a question or make a comment? Share your story. Hmm. Okay, is this the same Erin? I have an Erin, a second area. You got to pull out your paperwork. Okay, I have two Erins, one at 726 and another Erin at 723. Are you both the same? And I have an Eric McDonald. I have no idea what Mr. Davis said, that you cannot legally file a 388. So far in the room, I have two Erins and Erika McDonald's who's talking about Mr. Davis says you can't legally file a 388. Um, Oh, you added your profile picture. Okay. All right. So there's really only one Aaron. You just added a profile picture. Okay. Now, Erika McDonald, where did you hear that Mr. Davis says that you cannot legally file a 388? Now, a lot of you may not know what a 388 is. It's a motion. I assume you're in California, so I'll put California CPS. What is a motion 388? Okay. All right, now I'm going to tell you what it is. It's basically to modify a court order. A motion 388 is a legal request made by a parent or guardian of a child in California child protection system to modify a court order. The motion is filed when there is substantial change in circumstances or new evidence that would warrant a change in the court order. Now, that could be you completed your classes and you wanted to make changes in your court order, or if you found some new evidence. The motion 388 is a part of the process to address changes in the child's circumstances that may affect the child's best interests. Now, let me see here. Here's a typical guide to file a 3A petition, juvenile dependency court. While it can feel like the juvenile dependency court process is set in stone, there are ways you can influence what happens if you disagree with the outcome and some of the circumstances have changed. You can file what's known as a 388 petition to learn more. You need to talk to your juvenile dependency attorney. What is a 388 petition? In California, under the Welfare and Institution Code WIC 388, any parent or person who has an interest in a child can file something that is known as a JV 190. It's a request to change court order form, also known colloquially as a 399 petition form. A JV 190 form allows you to request a change to a court order, custody, or visitation because there's substantial change in circumstances or new evidence. On the 388 petition, you can also check which one of the following requests you want to make: a change in a court order, terminate the court's jurisdiction, and reunification services, resume reunification service for 6 months, have the court recognize your relationship to a sibling. Now, there's a hearing that takes place, and the hearing must take place in 30 days. During a 388 hearing, the judge will hear your 388 case. You can present documentary evidence and witness testimony to demonstrate that the change is warranted. This hearing must happen within 30 days of filing the 388 motion. After the hearing, the judge can decide to modify a previous order or turn down the individual request. This also can make changes to the parent or guardian visitation rights. In the 3A hearing, you have the burden of proof. It's up to you to demonstrate that changes are necessary. If you don't have enough evidence, the judge will deny your situation. Because how tricky these cases can be to file, it's generally a good idea to seek out juvenile court legal representation in California before you file a 388 petition. If you want to learn how to win a 388 petition, start by talking to your CPS attorney about what type of evidence you'll need and your chances. Ultimately, the main thing that you need to do is demonstrate that your circumstances have changed enough to deserve a change in the court's original order. For example, some parents lose custody of their children because of substance abuse disorder. If they have several months in rehab and remain sober, their circumstances may have changed to allow the child to come home. During the 3A hearing, your lawyer may present you certain records, drug tests, and witness testimony to the judge to show how you or your circumstances have changed. Before the hearing, your attorney will help you get ready. You may be called to testify, so it's important that you're prepared to answer questions under the cross-examination. Similarly, your juvenile dependency lawyer will need to make sure that all the correct paperwork has been filed. If a parent's rights have already been terminated, the 3A petition can be especially challenging. In these instances, there is a rebuttable presumption that foster care is in the child's best interest because the child needs permanency in their living situations. In order to regain custody, you need to rebut this presumption through clear evidence that the child's welfare would be better supported by living with you. Additionally, it's important to keep in mind that a 3A petition can only be filed if your child remains in foster care. 3A petitions are generally not filed after adoption. However, there are specific cases such as desire for siblings relationships where someone may file 3A following adoption. If you're trying to figure out how a 3A petition can help you, you need to talk to your lawyer. You need to go over it and so forth on that. And again, it may be called other things in other states. Here's a question. My reunification service has been terminated, but not my parental rights. My son has been placed with his father, which I do not have a problem with. But my daughter is 9 years old, and I'm worried about her being adopted out. I need to know what it'll take to win the 3-8 motion. So you need to talk to your attorney on your dependency case. Attorney can give you an answer to the question. The attorney will have to read all reports from your CPS dependency case, then ask you a bunch of questions to help you draft a 3-8 motion to modify a court order. We need to change the circumstances that shows the best interest of the child to change a court order. Now, your service has been terminated with the child as with the father, unless he gives up his parental rights. I don't know if that helps you at all, Rebecca McDonald. Okay, Erin says that she saw one of Vincent's short videos. I just seen one of the short videos on whatever saying that about the attorney and listening to them or something like that. And he said that we cannot legally file a 3-8. Your attorney can. I think what he meant by that is maybe you as a person cannot file the 3-8. If you're doing pro se, I don't know. That's what you're trying to do. You're trying to do it yourself, Eric. I filed a 3-8 because my lawyer wouldn't do so. They won't give me a visitation monitor So I haven't seen my kids. So I filed the 3-8 because my lawyer would not do so. Is that because you're using a court-appointed attorney, Rick McDonald? And where are you located so I can know what you're talking about? Well, if you're having a court-appointed attorney, they're lazy. They don't have a background in juvenile law, family law, or dependency law. They don't. They are actually paid by CPS, and they're given so many cases to take care of for parents. They'll have 30 to 100 cases. They won't have time to fight your case or talk to you. So I need to know where you're from, Eric McDonald, and what kind of a lawyer you have so I can help you. And Aaron from Tennessee, what is new with you? You're a Gemini. Okay. All right. Well, I know if my Aaron was born on May 2nd. I don't know the star symbol, but you're born on June 2nd. Now, I have my number up there at 626-698-0990. I would encourage you all to call in. Also, if you talk to me on my phone or be a guest, you get a free 15-minute private Zoom meeting with Vincent Davis. He's one of the top attorneys in the country. And you can talk to him and ask your legal questions. You make a list of legal questions, prioritize the ones you want answered first, and then try to get them mostly answered. He has 15 minutes with you. He's not a clock watcher, but you need to arrange it so your important questions are struck up first. Yeah, it must be hot in Tennessee, I guess. I'm not from there, so I have no idea. I live at the beach, and so I got an ocean breeze that comes in all the time. Okay, you're located in Orange County. Okay, good. So I'm reading you right about the Orange County CPS is very corrupt. I was with them too. Their director's corrupt. Their director actually works out of the Taj Mahal of a building, or like the Emerald City in the Wizard of Oz. It's really a gaudy looking place. So I'm well familiar with Orange County CPS. They call themselves the Child Protection System. Now, I call CPS the Child Protection System. They call theirs the Child Protection Services, CPS. It's a little bit different there. But right next door to LA County, it's Department of Children and Family Services. In Prescott, Arizona, it's Department of Children's Services. In Richmond, Kentucky, it's the Cabinet. So they vary from county to county. Your lawyer is a dependency lawyer. That's not, please watch our profanity in here. This is for children. Um, he isn't a dependency lawyer. If he's a public defender, he's only schooled in criminal law. He just has recently graduated from law school, and he's a pickup by CPS. I've yet to meet any court appointed attorneys or public defenders in Orange County judicial system that have a background in juvenile law, family law, and dependency law. Those three areas of law, that's the kind of attorney you want. And my attorney, Vincent Davis, has that background. Has that background. And if you're going to use a public defender, be forewarned. They will not fight for your case. They're case loaded already. They have 30 to over 100 clients. They don't have time, and they want to get your case over. They want to get your case over. So we have Erica from Orange County, California, and we have Aaron from Tennessee. That's who's in the room right now, and I'm trying to help them. Um, Now I have 30 minutes left, and I'd love to have you talk on my show. I have 30 minutes left because I'd rather have you guys talk than me talk. I guess you assume you wanted to hire um, um, Erica. We don't give the names of lawyers on the show. We don't give the names of lawyers on the show. Um, I understand, Erica McDonald. $5,000 is a lot of money. I didn't have the money. I had to sell my forever home to get money to hire Vincent Davis. It took a lot of money to win my family back. It took a lot of money. You just really got to kick the seat of the pants of your lawyer to make them work. If they don't want to work for you, you tell them you sue them for negligence. Also, you go to Sacramento and you'll file a complaint against the bar. There's for the bar exam. That's where they get their license. So you make a complaint against their license. That's what you can do, Erica. Now, Aaron, what are your questions? I know it's hot. I send you some cold beach air to Tennessee. Erica McDonald says, okay, that's what I'm about to do because she's not having, she said she can't help me. Well, get another public defender. If you cannot afford an attorney and the public defender is not to the job, you want to file a lawsuit against them and you want to call Sacramento and file against their license to be disbarred because of lack of performance. And then you could go to the public defender's office in the courthouse and ask for a new public defender. She doesn't want to do it because she wants to get the case over. She's inundated with a lot of cases. Your public defender is not trained in juvenile dependency, juvenile law, family law, or dependency law. Not trained at all. Okay, we got the Erica and Aaron in the room, and that is great. I want you all to ask me some more questions. We've talked about the 388 petition, which is a 190 hearing. It's where there's changes that are going to take place. Hold on one second, folks. I got a family member I need to. Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry for the interruption. I broadcast this live from my home, and I'm supposed to use my. I finally saved up enough money, but I've not been paid in over a month, and I can't get my new computer. It's sad when you work so hard for Bangladesh wages and the person can't even pay you in a timely fashion. I worked a whole month of June, and but I'm using my son's computer, which is working okay. But I prefer my own because I have my own files and stuff. I can pull up things and look at things. Just a little bit. So, okay. Um. Anyway, I know it's hard sometimes to talk from home. People, it's the best I can do. Oh boy. Aaron from Tennessee is asking a question. Is it possible to be a part of the twins' lives even though they're adopted since the termination, since my appeal attorney turned out to be superseded by the Tennessee Supreme Court? No. Once your parental rights are terminated, you no longer have rights with your children. You should never give up your parental rights. You should never give up. You should fight that to the end. You should appeal that. If you want to be a part of the twins' lives, you can't once the termination of rights are given. You can see them at 18 when they turn 18 if they happen to look you up. Also, you got to find them. It's not going to be easy to find. Not going to be easy to find. And thank you for the emoji. You can do emojis in the room: thumbs up, smiley faces, hearts, even stars. And we have a thumbs up from, who do we get it from? Don't quit, instead come legit. All right, I have no idea where that person's from, but thank you. Thank you. Now, I've developed 5 rules. One, you need to hire a true attorney that's background in juvenile law, family law, and dependency law, and that has fought CPS. That's the kind of attorney you need. 2, you have to document everything, and you need to start what's called an incident time log. That's where every incident with the police, your children, whatever, the social workers, the neighbors, the school, or whatever, you write it down and you devote 3 lines for each incident. Your first line is going to be the date and time and whether you called in and talked on the phone number or they came to your home or, things like that. And then what you do is you put um, who's involved. The second line, you put down what the incident was about, a summary of what the incident was about. The third line, you put down the outcome. If you don't know the outcome, leave it blank and come back to it later. But that's what you want to do in number 2. And then number 3, it's very important that you don't open the door to strangers. You don't let CPS in or you don't let the police in. Now, police are there to serve warrants. CPS cannot serve a warrant. The warrants must be taken out in court and signed by a judge. And they have to have a wet signature and it has to be legit firing. Now, also, there's only 3 ways to get entrance to your home. That's if you give them permission or a family member does or someone else does. 2, they have a court warrant and you've seen the warrant. It's got to be a legit court warrant. Again, it's served by the police and signed by the judge. And they should have a hand stamp over the signature of the judge. Now, looking for more questions. We have about 10 minutes left, or 4 minutes, because my show's over at 8 o'clock. My show goes to 8 o'clock. So it's still time to call in and talk about what you want to talk about. It's still okay to do so. Oh, hi, Cruella. That is Felicia, and she's from Ventura. Actually, she's from Oxnard. She's in Ventura County. Hello, Cruella, and thank you for calling me Uncle Bob. How was your 4th of July? It was terrible. I didn't go to the beach to watch the fireworks. I didn't watch the parade, which is the largest parade west of the Mississippi. I've seen it so many times, but the fireworks are so noisy, and I don't know. I did my show, and after my show, I always get kind of emotional about my show because I worry about all you people. I really care, and I do try to help you. So, what's the latest, Felicia? This is Corella, do a trick, and she's from Ventura, California. It's from the city of Oxnard, Ventura County. We have Eric McDonald from the Orange County area of California, and we have Aaron from Tennessee, and now we have Cruella from Ventura County in California. I have about 5 more minutes. It's 8 o'clock. I'll take a call right now, but I think I'm about ready to close shop because no one has called, and so I do need to take my number down. I will put in something called Doge, and I'll put that up there because there'll be a brief message from Vincent Davis. But if you are discouraged and don't know where else to turn to, you can go to the Department of Government Efficiency, which is called Doge. They have a website, and it's doge.gov, and it tells you a lot what they do. They have a phone number, 2 of them, and the area code's the White House, 202-456 quadruple 1 or 202-456-1414. Also, you can email Doge at mail.house.gov. And that is a last resort. If you're getting nowhere in your CPS case and they're lying to you and the social worker is corrupt, they want to hear about it. I know that for real because I was talking with social services 2 weeks ago on a Friday, and there was a supervisor on the phone that talked to me, and they're from Doge, and they said that we're listening because we want to make sure that they're doing their job. So they are investigating CPS because a lot of CPS are bad out there. A lot of them are bad. Okay, Cruella's got a case status. Okay, appeal court affirmed denial of your Section 388 petition in February 2025. However, newly discovered evidence reveals constitutional violations and criminal conduct that fundamentally changes your case. Well, yeah, you can file 388 again. You can file a 388. The bottom line is your new evidence transforms this form a failed custody case into a federal civil rights violation with criminal implications. The court made permanent decisions based on incomplete information about criminal activity in the children's placement home. Wow, that's pretty good there, Cruella. That is good. All right, I hate to tell you this, but it's after 8 o'clock. My show time's up, and I want to thank you all for coming in there. Both Erica and Aaron. Aaron's from Tennessee. Erica's from Orange County, California, and we have Cruella from Ventura County, California, and so I like what I read there, Cruella. I like what I read there. That's really good of you. So there'll be a brief message from my show. Um, but there'll be from my attorney, Vincent W. Davis. Listen to it. It's a good message. I want to thank all of you for coming to my room on a regular basis. Thank you, Aaron. Thank you, Erica. Thank you, Corella. You guys are beautiful people, and I care about every one of you. And I do want to help you. All you have to do is ask me. I'm on here twice a day. I'll be on tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and tomorrow night at 7. So I'll keep doing these live streams and try to help you fight CPS and get your children back. God bless you, and don't give up. Keep fighting for your child. Keep fighting to keep your family together. So I'll see you then tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. God bless you, and have a good night.
A vivid picture is encrypted in your mind as the critics get in line like they're witnessing a crime. But then you notice there's a shiver in your spine from the feelings of discontentment and bitterness combined. Heartbroken when you listen to the judges, another kid's innocence corrupted, and if you go against then it's destructive. Consider this predicament the toughest, but we believe in a system fit for justice. Child Protective Services only pretends to save it. The one solution for this is worthy of instant praises. 30 years of experience with relentless cases. Allow me to introduce them. This is Vincent Davis, defending you when they don't think a mother fits the role. Is it juvenile dependency or government control? Observe the pain in their eyes. It's time for us to realize we are the last one.